What is up? Welcome in to the Early Edge. I'm your host, Allan Bell. We have a fantastic show lined up for you Saturday. Today, the start of the College World Series, and so much more going on. But before we get to that, let's take a quick break and take a look at how we did on Friday here. You know what? Not too bad here. Look at that. I can't count too well, but it looks like we had more greens than reds. So you know what? I'm going to leave the counting to Kenzie. All right. And I'm just going to say, look, it looks like a good day to us. All right. So let's bring in the stars of the show here and get this thing fired up. Got a nice little 4-run here. Mackenzie Brooks, how we doing? Good to see you.
I'm good. Can't complain. Woke up at the Jersey Shore. Be here for the foreseeable future until I start my big girl job. So not much to complain about.
There we go. You know what? I feel like it's always a good day when you just wake up at the Jersey Shore, right? Like there's so many worse places. We can do it. Mags, what's good, man?
Yeah, man. I wish I was at the Jersey Shore. It's pouring here in New York, less than ideal. So any sunshine and beach I could have right now would be awesome.
Dude, you guys have had like tough weather this summer, man. Like there was smoke going on like crazy. Now it's storming. Like, dude, you can't get a break over there.
It's gonna rain for like a week straight too. Like it's gonna be awful. So this weekend will stink. The upcoming week will not be fun either. Yeah.
There we go. A nice positive start to the morning.
Yeah, man.
Tell me about it. Over there in parts unknown. It looks
real quick shout out to all my people at the Jersey Shore, Seaside Heights, Cape May, LBI, Wildwood. Love Jersey Shore. Always repping that place. Let's go. I'm fired up, baby.
Dude, you came ready to go with the names. All right, I'll tell you what, man. Let's get ready to go on these picks. Kids, I'm going to throw it over to you first. WNBA. You got two of them.
Sir.
Yeah, I'll break it down. What you got?
Yeah. Let me get everyone behind the WNBA. Betting on the WNBA. One, there's 12 teams. Okay, I can manage 12 teams, and they play each other multiple times a season. The whole 95 MLB games in one day, I'm going to leave to you guys. You guys are awesome at that. But we're taking on the WNBA this summer. So we have the Las Vegas Aces hosting the Indiana Fever. For those who don't know, the Aces they're that guy, top of the league, absolutely dominant. It's like 2016-17 Warriors, dominant team. The line is 16.5, which is so many points, and so many points against a team that you only beat by 4 earlier this season. The Indiana Fever, they're great at keeping games close. They're great at keeping games close on the road against competitive teams. They only have one loss ATS this season on the road. So I think they can hang in here at 16.5. Absolutely. This Aces team, they've dominated at home these last 3 games, but they've played the worst teams in the league. So I think the Fever come in here and rock them a little bit. I think they can certainly cover this number. And for the same reasons, we'll take the over 167.5. Really, the only time the Aces are hitting any unders is when they're absolutely blowing out teams that can't score more than 65 points. I don't see that being the case with the Fever. Again, they're great at keeping these games close. They're 5-2 to the over on the road this season. So I think they're certainly capable of producing a lot more points than these other teams that have caused the games to go under.
I like it. All right, there we go. Nice, good breakdown there. Look, I'll tell you this. Anytime that we've had the WNBA on the show, like as you said, it's a very consistent league, a very consistent sport. So all in for that one. It has been nothing but profitable for us on here. I know Calvin Wetzel. Yeah, Calvin Wetzel is break it down really well, and he pretty much mirrored like everything that you said. Like going with exactly what you see. Not exactly. I mean, just trends, just how teams play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So 100% on that one. Now, Mags, coming over to you, dude. Major League Baseball. We got a few of them, but I tell you what. Before we do that, let's take a quick break and hear from one of our partners. And we are back. All right, now, Mags, coming to you, Major League Baseball, all right? Need some plays, dude. Even though the weather's tough up there, it's nice pretty much everywhere else. So tough on that for you, but good for everybody else. So bring it down. We go.
All right, AB. Well, with day baseball and a lot of different things happening here with the MLB, I picked out 3 plays for you here today, but a couple caveats I'll leave you with on some of these. So the first one I was looking at here is Luis Severino, and I'm going to this one first because the odds have shifted a good bit since I played this morning. So I had it -110 this morning. Even when I sent the picks in, it was around -110, -115. It's now closer to -140 on Luis Severino, under 17.5 outs here today. And when you look at his last 4 games since that May 27th start, I was at that game on May 27th. He looked amazing, but The conditions that day were really nice. It was a very nice day. He had, just come back, so he was getting in the swing of things, and he was given a bit of a longer leash, pitched well, and so he just kind of went and did his thing. But his last 4 starts have really been rough, and he hasn't lasted into the 6th inning in any of them. I think 17.5 is, 1, maybe 2 outs, even too high here. So you're probably going to see that 16.5 pop up at some point here today. I played the under 17.5. Still on DraftKings, like minus 130, minus 135. I would try to pick it off before it gets to minus 140, but really just, it's a play on the under 17.5 number more so than the odds. So I wanted you guys to know that one shifted. Another play that I went with here, if he plays today, Wander Franco against Jordan Lyles. I like this Rays team to win here today. Yanni Trinos actually, I think, is a better pitcher than, not only previously shown, but he's been given the opportunity to be. So now he's starting to get that opportunity, starting to show he can be a good pitcher as a starter and not just an opener, not just a reliever. So I think when you get guys like that, they start to get on a routine. The Rays should definitely appreciate the start from Yanni Chirinos. And with Wander Franco, last 3 days he's rested. He hasn't played. We know that the coach came out and said he was a terrible teammate. He needed time to get his head right. And when those types of things happen, I do think they're big motivators. If he gets back in the lineup today against a guy in Jordan Lyles, who has not been good against lefties this season, he's got on the season here, he's got a 260 ISO on the season with a 350 WOBA to lefties. I would like to see Franco on this hit runs RBIs going over 1.5 here today. Minus 130 on DraftKings. Be a little bit careful with this one, though. Like I said, if he doesn't play, you're still going to be on the hook for the play here. So maybe you want to wait, get this one in a little bit later once that lineup comes out. But I do think he should play here today, and it hasn't been said he's not going to. Lastly, my last play, I really like this one. Pablo Lopez against Detroit. Yesterday we saw Maeda absolutely turn this Detroit lineup inside out, 8 strikeouts in 5 innings. But you look at the other guys that have pitched for them. Varland 4 1/3 last week. He had 4 strikeouts, that about a K per inning there. And then we saw Joe Ryan go for 9 strikeouts in 7 innings against this same Detroit team last week. So I like the prospects of Pablo Lopez here, high swinging strike guy. He throws the sweeper a ton. He's going to throw that curveball a lot. He's going to mix and match for lefties and righties, but he's going to see probably 6, maybe even 7 righties. It could be down to 5 if they add another lefty in, but I like the righty heavy lineup against a guy that strikes out, 33% righties as opposed to 25% lefties. So give me over 6.5. He's been around this number all season as well. He's only gone under 6 in 2 of his 15 starts. So we'll either be on the hook or hopefully over.
You know what? There we go. All right. I like it. Now, Propstarz, before we get to you, well, actually, I'm going to go before you because the prop seat, you are a cleanup hitter today. But before we get to these picks, let's take one quick break and hear from one of our partners. All right, we are back. Now, College World Series, like I said, begins today. If anybody's never bet it before, the national championship, all right, it's a best of 3 series. All right, game 1 today, game 2 Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern, game 3 if necessary, Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern. All right, LSU, Florida. Now, for anyone who has been riding this, we had LSU against Wake, minus 1.5 on the run line. They enter extra innings, tied 0-0. I am sweating this run line. All right, bottom of the 11th. Man, who are we taking today?
Rocks and fires. Tommy White lifts it high and deep to left field. Costello to the wall. It's out of here. Walk it off. Tommy White. Home run number 23. And LSU is moving on. Wake Forest is headed home.
A 2-run bomb in the bottom of the 11th to walk it off for the run line, for the cover. We have ridden LSU this entire tournament. We took LSU before it started to win the entire tournament, win the national championship. So I'll tell you what, game 1, the national championship tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern. And we know we're going with LSU on the money line, plus 100. Now, let me say this. Florida is favored slightly. Here's the thing. If you want to take LSU plus 1.5 on the run line, it's priced around minus 180. So it's too expensive for me to put out there and say, hey, go take this, go take this. But I'll just give you a little hint here. Florida, in every single game of the College World Series so far, they've won by 1 run in all of them. So If you want to take LSU plus 1.5 with the insurance, absolutely, totally get it. Yeah. Propstarz, any thoughts there? LSU, you like LSU, right?
I love LSU, AB. I'm backing him. I'm backing him with you to the pay window. Love where you're at.
There we go. All right, second play here. Our boy, Matt Olson, over 2.5 hits, runs, and RBIs today. Mags is smiling. You know, we're always rolling with the Atlanta Braves when the humidity is up because these dudes love to just hit tanks all over the field, especially Matt Olson here. Look, we usually get this at 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. It's 2.5. What did the game in last night? 21 runs scored in that game. Yeah, between the Braves and the Reds. Look, I don't know if it's going to be quite that, but I do believe that there are going to be runs scored left and right. So we're going to take Olson here over 2.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. If you're somebody who likes to play singles, all right, Matt Olson over half of a single, essentially, does he get a single in the game is minus 105. Austin Riley is like plus 130 for a single. So if that's your style, man, go ahead and take a look at that. Max, what do you think about this here with the Braves?
Yeah, I was going to comment on that game specifically. I do like it. Graham Ashcraft coming back after a calf injury. You know, he hadn't been good before he went on the injured list, I guess we would say there. I'm not exactly sure if he actually was on the injured list, but he was out for a little while injured. So I do like that. And then, Cincy versus a lefty and Schuster, who hasn't really lasted too long in these games either. I like that look. So yeah, you're scoring a bunch of runs in that game. I would agree.
There we go, man. And honestly, we get a home run out of Matt Olson, you crush all three, right?
There you go.
Now, I'll also say for the game 1 of the national championship tonight, LSU and Florida, on SportsLine, I have the under 10 in that game, but most books now have gone to 9.5, somewhere around there. So I didn't want to give out, a play really that's not available anymore, but just keep an eye on the books here. We have seen essentially, I think, all but 2 games have hit the under, and no game has gotten to 12, right? So it's like, it's been so low there. So just keep an eye on that if that's something you want to play. We'll see if the lines move there. All right, enough of me yapping. Propstarz, go ahead and give it to me, bro. You got 2 plays, man. Baseball, what do you got?
Yeah, AB, we woke up to an alert saying that there was a big 21-car pileup in the prop street, so we're taking a detour over to the sides today, starting with Toronto. We're going to take them on the run line here, minus 1.5. Not the worst juice, but minus 130 here. This is as much as a fade against the A's as we are back in Toronto. We took this yesterday. Didn't work out. Going back to the well here, the Blue Jays are at home. They have struggled lately. I just do not see them losing 2 games in a row to the Athletics. Jose Barrios on the mound today. He has pitched a lot better at home versus on the road. I love his chances at recording a win as well. You can find that at plus money. But I just love the Blue Jays. I just think the Blue Jays are going to wake up. I think the bats are going to be out today. I think they're going to win this game comfortably. So give me the Blue Jays here on the run line. Then we're going to take a shot at Baltimore, basically a pick 'em against the Mariners. They got absolutely trounced last night, embarrassed. One thing with Baltimore, I've been watching them all year. This team is so resilient. When they get embarrassed the night before, they almost always respond the following day. Just looking at this lineup 1 through 9, I really think if you're looking like 1 through 9, this lineup is so good just at every single spot. So many guys are stepping up. Mountcastle, he's doing a AAA stint right now, but his backup is playing absolutely phenomenal. I just think the Orioles are very live, very game opponent. They're going to get back in this game, provide Dean Kremer with plenty of run support against the rookie for Seattle, Bryce Miller, who's getting the start there. So, yeah, give me the Baltimore Orioles as a pick 'em on the money line, as well as the Blue Jays run line today, AB.
Okay, man. I like it. All right. Let's go ahead and get that recap up. All right, everybody grab your paper, grab your pencil. Here it is. Look, I'm on LSU money line plus 100. Matt Olson of the Atlanta Braves over 2.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Minus 105. Mackenzie Brooks is on the Fever Aces over 167.5 at minus 114, as well as the Fever plus 16.5, minus 114 as well. Mags is on Wander Franco over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs at minus 135. Pablo Lopez over 6.5 strikeouts at minus 130. And Luis Severino under 17.5 outs. Make sure to check your prices there on the books because they are moving around pretty significantly. All right, Propstarz is on the Blue Jays run line -1.5 at -130, and the Orioles money line at -110. Okay, you guys want to have a little fun real quick? Kick this thing off here. All right, so first, Kenzie, you are a proud alum of the University of Georgia, correct?
Yes, sir.
So we have Florida and LSU here playing in the national championship. One, Georgia's just got done in football crushing national championships. And two, you're very familiar with both of these fan bases. All right, so if you had to choose between one fan base from a Georgia perspective, you pulling for Florida, you pulling for LSU?
I got to go with LSU. There's something deeper there with the Florida fan rivalry.
Yeah.
That tension goes way, way back.
Yeah, it's deep. It's deep. I was going to say, I was like, as soon as I asked it, I was like, yeah, she's probably going LSU.
Yeah. We've traveled down to Jacksonville all 4 years, and that fan base is a different breed.
Yeah. They need to bring back, calling it the world's largest cocktail party, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, how are we not doing
it's like a trailer park cocktail party too. It's awesome. It's like the craziest thing I've ever. I try to explain it to my parents every year what goes on, and it's just you got to be there.
You really do, and I've been there a couple times, and you're right. I mean, that's exactly what it is. You know what I mean? It's fun. It's one of the most fun atmospheres that there is, especially when you're playing it. Yeah, especially when you're playing at a neutral site in between both. So, yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
All right, let's pull up some home runs and some baseball information. All right. Real quick, let me share this and pull it up here. And kids, this is you and your team's information right
All
here.
right.
So,
Go team.
Yep, go team. Indeed. All right, so today, top 5 players that hit a home run according to SportsLine data here. Shohei Ohtani, Pete Alonso, Matt Olson, Mike Trout, and Byron Buxton. So I'm going to pause it right there. You're going to pick one to hit a home run. Who are we going with? Who do you guys like? Mags, go first.
Yeah, so I'm going to put this out in a little bit. Most likely, I was still doing a little bit of research on it, but Ohtani over 1.5 total bases -130. I like Ohtani a lot here today. He just, crushed a home run last night in Colorado. So give me Ohtani once again.
All right, Cans?
I'm going to go with Alonso. I like that. I like the value there. The SportsLine sims are always about the value, clearly, with all these plays, but I'll go with Alonso here.
There we go. Props?
Yeah, I'd honestly say a toss-up between Ohtani and Alonso. I think either are good selections. If I had to lean one, it'd be ever so slightly towards Ohtani.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, I'm going with my boy, Matty Olson. I think he's bringing it home today. I think Olson is going to crush for us. All right, so stolen bases, Ronald Acuna, Josrado Chisholm, Esteury Reyes, Bobby Witt, and Wander Franco. Wander Franco going to get you a stolen base there, Mags. There you go on that one. All right, and pitching starters for strikeout props. We got Max Scherzer at 6.87 strikeouts today. Pablo Lopez, 6.41. Lance Lynn, 6.33. James Paxton, 5.96. And Freddie Peralta at 5.92. So I'll put this minimized here a little bit. Any thoughts that any of you have in regards to pitchers today?
Yeah, I mean, I'll hop in real quick. So good to see Lopez up there, as we said earlier. And then Paxton sticks out at me. I played him under 7.5 earlier here on where did I play it on? I think it was Caesars. And that under 7.5, I think, probably should be 6.5. So that's why I went under there.
Okay. I like it. Ken's props, any thoughts here? You don't have to.
I'm going to.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sticking to the WNBA today. I'll let you guys out this one.
Yep.
Yeah, I like fading Lance Lynn here personally against the Red Sox. Coming off a big, I believe he had 13 Ks, maybe even a career high in his last outing. 7 is a big number. I think this number is inflated. I think should be 5.5. Red Sox are also a really stingy matchup. 4th lowest K rate versus opposing right-handed pitchers this season. So yeah, I think fading Lance Lynn at 6.5 is a smart look.
All right, Mags, what up?
Interesting point on that. He went on the bereavement list after that last start. He struck out 16 actually, and it tied the White Sox team high. And so I'm not sure who passed away in his family, but I know a lot of times those are motivators for people. So that might have been why he got up that high last time, just feeling really good against a good matchup. So as Proppy said, I think it might be time to fade him here on this one.
Yeah, anytime, and again, we're not speaking of, deaths to the family or anything like that, but I'm with you in terms of like an emotional high. It's generally
Exactly.
up, down, right?
Yeah.
Like it can be tough playing with those. All right, last thing that we're gonna do here. Yeah, props. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to also point out those 16 Ks came against Seattle, who has the highest K rate in all of baseball. So you can't find more of a cupcake matchup than that. Whereas the Red Sox, much, much, much stingier. And again, this number, in my opinion, should be 5.5. It's been 5.5 pretty much all season. 7 is a big number for Lynn.
Yeah, definitely a different offense that they're playing against.
Oh.
All right, last thing. Yeah, go ahead. Bro.
I was gonna say, I don't know if you wanted to do this today. That kid Nick is in the chat, and he said I guess he was 3 for 3 over the last 3 days, and he said if you had a play, if you wanted him on or not. I didn't want you to miss him if you missed it, but I don't know if you want to do that today or not.
No. I do. Nick, what do you got? Where's it at?
He said I'm on the over in Atlanta United versus soccer.
I got you. All right, I'm on the over Atlanta United, New York Red Bulls, MLS, way too low at 2.5 for how often United gives up easy ones. Was it minus 30 when he played it? All right, so over 2.5. Is that what it is? That's,
over 2.5. That's the full game total, right? That's not team, right?
Yeah. Full game for sure. Yeah. All right, so Atlanta Red Bulls over 2.5. Minus 130 is where you got it, Nick. Is that right? Make sure that we got it correct here. Dude, absolutely. I'm glad that you said that too, man. Good eye on that one, dude. Nick has been crushing, man. We were talking in the chat yesterday, man. My man has been smashing it. All right. Speaking of smashing it, the last thing we're going to do here, our man Trent Wade every week comes through with the NASCAR plays. All right. Now, night race in Nashville this weekend. So and I've got to drive to the office here in 30 minutes for CBS Sports HQ. And we have to go through not only the NASCAR traffic, but also Barstool opened up a bar right across from our office, and it's just been madness trying to like drive through. You know what I mean? Like just to get to the parking garage. So yeah, we're gonna have to blitz with that. But our man Trent Wade has. All right. Joey Logano, Tyler Reddick to finish in the top 10, minus 170. 2 matchups. Ross Chastain over Ryan Blaney at minus 108. Joey Logano over Bubba Wallace at minus 118. All right. What do you feel? Which one are you going with? What do you like?
I'm going to have to go with Jessica Chastain's cousin, Ross, here. Big fan of Christopher Nolan's Interstellar, where I thought Jessica Chastain really shined. So, yeah, we're going to take her cousin, Ross Chastain.
There we go. Kins?
I'm going to tail my guy Propstarz on this one.
That was a great answer.
We're going a little Philly dynamic here. We trust each other.
Go. I like it. Mags?
Yeah, Logano, I really don't know much about NASCAR, as many know, but that name sticks out to me from maybe a few years ago or something like that. So give me Logano.
All right, sticking out to him. I like it, man. All right, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. We will be live at normal time Sunday, 10 a.m. Eastern. But until then, everybody, best of luck. Let's cash these tickets. Let's hit on this College World Series play to start it off for the National Championship. Cash it and move on to Game 2 tomorrow. But until then, we'll see you. Thanks.